Alex Mack retired. He was with the 49ers. He was with Kyle Shanahan through previous stints when he was with Cleveland and Atlanta. Alex Mack brought, veteran understanding. He was able to call out plays at the line of scrimmage. He was able to say, hey, that linebacker's coming in. Maybe you should audible. Now, there's uncertainty at that position, obviously, that Alex Mack retired. You got Jake Brendal, who hasn't really played any significant snaps in games. Brunskill can do it all. He's played tackle, he's played guard, he's played some center. He can do it all with the 49ers along this offensive line. Who do you think wins the center position battle? Jake Brendal or Brunskill? Or it could be a different player.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've been going back and forth. During the week, I saw the way Brunskill was blocking, and I wanted to roll with Brunskill. And then I saw his struggles with the snap. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to go with Brendal because Brendal's looking more consistent. And then today it was back to Brunskill and Brendal, both doing things very well, and both of them, not really separating themselves from each other. So I think this is really going to play out in the preseason. These are two guys we might actually see significant reps from playing in front of Nate Sudfeld. Let's see what happens when these guys get out there, because right now they're working really good in tandem with these guards as far as starting to get the run game going, pushing to second level. They're doing those things. They're both athletic enough. I don't think there's enough of a separation to yet know who's going to win this job. So I think it's one of those things where I thought for the first time a couple days ago, Daniel Brunskill might not actually start. And I thought that there was no way Daniel Brunskill wouldn't either start at center or guard, but that actually is a possibility now. And I never thought that was the case. But I'm not going to count him out of the center job yet. So I'm going to let this thing play out. But I have no idea right now who's going to start of these two guys. They both have good techniques, and they're both playing pretty well.
I think Kyle Shanahan definitely values the center position. We went out and got Alex Mack. Before that, we signed a veteran free agent. His name is escaping me right now, but his career basically ended due to injury.
Weston Richburg.
Right. So the 49ers do value that center position, and I don't believe we've ever had a rookie really play significant snaps at the center position. No. We know, Kyle Shanahan loves his crafty veterans. You think about Tom Compton last year starting at right tackle, and people were like, what are you doing, starting Tom Compton? And I think he played pretty decently at that right tackle spot. And I say that to say I think Brunskill has the edge. I think Shanahan trusts Brunskill. We've seen Brunskill, perform. Let me go back up. We've seen Brunskill kind of get manhandled at times in pass blocking situations, but we've also seen him put the clamps on Aaron Donald. So we've seen the highs and the lows from Brunskill. If I had to make a wager on it, I would say Brunskill gets the nod, especially since you say that there's not a huge separation from Brendal and Brunskill. So I think you give the nod to Brunskill just because he knows the system. He may not be great at snapping, but hopefully, maybe that'll work itself out. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens in training camp and in preseason games. Because obviously, like you said, those two guys are probably going to be one guy will start, another guy will back up, and we'll see that competition play out.